Right, welcome back, y'all. Now, let's touch on something important, the American Express personal loan. Now, I'm going to give you guys some game and some information on this, some important key factors in terms of having a relationship with Amex. And then if you don't have a relationship with American Express, how you can build one to then get these types of pre-approvals and these options literally in your freaking email. So let's touch on why the American Express loan, some of the experiences, what the rates are, what it looks like. So when it comes down to the American Express loan, if you do not have a relationship with American Express already, you're not really eligible for their personal loan or even their business lines of credit. So you want to have some type of relationship with American Express. And honestly, American Express is one of the best lenders to have a relationship with because of many factors. Not only because they have great credit cards, they also have an incredible points transfer system or partner system where I have talked about how I get thousands of dollars worth of free travel by utilizing it to my advantage. They also give many pre-approvals and they want to keep building that relationship with you. So first of all, what it comes down to, if you have a relationship with them, you can be pre-approved. They're going to send you these emails like crazy if you have a good relationship with them, meaning you make your payments, you don't miss payments, you don't mess around with them, up to $50,000. Now, depending how old your relationship is, most of the time it's $40,000, up to $40,000 pre-approved, but I've seen people up to $50,000 with a stronger and or longer relationship. So you're going to want to build a relationship with them. If you're building your credit or you're in the credit space or in travel hacking or interested in business financing, do it. Like create a relationship with American Express. I'm going to talk about what goes into that as well and what you should do to maybe fast track that process. So what it comes down to, the requirements for American Express internally is going to be a 660 credit score. You need to have a relationship with them, whether that's a credit card, personal or business, or a high yield savings account. There's a lot of internal data points with American Express that can help improve that relationship. That's making on-time payments, having multiple types of products. But typically you're going to, when you have a good relationship with them, you're going to basically get these pre-approvals in your email as low as 6 months. So yes, that's important to know. It's important to understand. Do not mess with American Express. Like, don't play any funny games with them. Don't do anything stupid because they will axe you. Like, that's just my opinion. And it's my advice. Like, treat American Express in that relationship very strongly. Because if you're doing any black hat or weird style purchases or just doing some dumb things, you could get that relationship axed, and that's a very important relationship in the credit space, as well as, business credit and having possible financing like the personal loan. So those are the requirements for you guys to understand. Now, first of all, why is the American Express loan good? Well, first of all, within 24 to 48 hours, you'll have the money in your bank account. It's unsecured, so there's not really any specific reasoning or any type of paperwork that you need to back that loan, right? Second piece, when you have a relationship with them, especially if it starts on the personal side, you aren't going to be hard pulled. So it's not going to affect your credit until, of course, the loan reports and you start making payments on that, which will then improve your credit score. But it's not going to be a hard pull like many other loans. So it's pretty much a pre-approval. You accept that, and there's still no hard pull after that. There's no hidden fees. There's no prepayment penalties or origination fees, which is really nice. And the rates are straight up super competitive. If you guys have not checked out the light stream video that I have, that is probably one of the most competitive personal loan rates right now compared to other places like Best Egg or SoFi. This American Express has super low rates, as low as 6.98%, which is really great. And when you have a good relationship with them, you'll pretty much get the lowest rate, right? Depending on the amount that you're asking for. So it's a soft pull, no effect to your credit. But if you're someone who's on this video and you're like, I don't have a relationship with them, well, let's talk about it. So how do you fast track a relationship with American Express? How do you improve that? Highly recommend you have a relationship. I've mentioned that. I don't want to sound like a dead drum here. But if you want to fast track it, in my opinion, you can get the Amex high yield savings account. And being able to put money into that high yield savings account is going to give you pre-approvals for credit cards first. You're going to want to have some type of credit card relationship. Now, if I were to talk about a credit card relationship, where do you start? And first of all, the high yield savings account is 3.7% APY. The GUI, like how it looks in the app and in the portal, is really freaking nice. So the reason why this is a fast track is Amex isn't really a bank. They're kind of a lender. They don't have physical locations, but when you put money into their savings accounts or their checking accounts, right, you're putting money into their system, which then allows them to lend money out. That's how the banking system works. That's how the lending system works. So putting money in there is going to fast track your pre-approvals even on credit cards. So that's a fast way. Put $1,000, a couple $1,000 into an Amex high yield savings account. You're not going to be able to have access to a checking account unless you already have a credit relationship with them. So Amex high yield savings account is a good option to fast track that. With that, depending on what position you're in credit. If you're building credit or you have low credit limits, right? We want to increase our credit limits for a very good reason, lower utilization, higher comparable credit. I recommend getting the personal blue cash card because it's actually a credit limit. The charge cards, the green, the gold, the platinum card, they don't have credit limits. So they don't really show up on your credit report as credit limits. Are they great cards? Absolutely. They're fantastic cards. They don't have a credit limit, which helps if you're a high type of spender. But if you need to build your credit up, get the personal blue cash, utilize that card, pay it down, utilize that card, pay it down, utilize that card, pay it down. And at 91 days, ask for a 3x credit limit increase. So if they give you 5K, if they give you 10K, depending on how your credit is currently, ask to increase that limit 3x. So if you have 5K, ask them to increase it to 15K. That'll improve your utilization. It'll improve your comparable credit limits. And if you're trying to build your credit, that's going to help for future approvals. Now, if you already have good credit, make sure you get the American Express Gold Card before you get the Platinum. Before you get the Platinum. Let me say that. I know everyone wants to get the Platinum first because it is the shiny, thick card and it's cool to have, but get the Amex Gold Card before you get the Platinum because then you're eligible for both sign-up bonuses. If you get the Platinum before the Gold Card, you're not eligible for both sign-up bonuses. So you're wasting pretty much a couple $1,000s of free travel that you can get from a sign-up bonus. The Gold Card is a way better everyday spender. There's not really a point to have the Amex, Platinum card unless you travel a lot, and it's pretty much just a travel benefits card. Lounge access, certain types of refunds or money back on things that you can purchase with travel. You're not really earning more points by utilizing the Amex Platinum card. So get the Gold Card first. It's a great card. It's a lower annual fee. It's better to use every day. And so that is how you can kind of fast track that relationship. And then eventually, of course, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months down the line, Amex is going to reward you by sending you pre-approvals, pre-approval loans, just like the personal loan I'm talking about now. So when it comes to the personal loan rates, it's as low as 6.9% to 11%. Super solid compared to many loans right now. And of course, there's no hard pull. And if you have a good relationship with them, you're going to get pretty much the lowest. Now, they don't have as long of term timelines. So it's 12 months to 60 months. Typically, I have seen some people just pre-approved up to 50K or pre-approved up to 72 months if you have a longer relationship with them. But it's super easy. It's super simple. You'll get the funds within 1 to 2 days. If you want to see kind of a look at what those numbers might look like at 60 months, that's $507 a month. 36 months, $784. This is done for a loan that's 7.98%, and then the loan amount. So that is a good visual for you guys to check out in terms of what those monthly payments look like. In my opinion, if you're using 10K, 15K to do some debt consolidation or pay off other credit cards or use that towards an investment, then take for example, 25K. 10 to 15K you're going to use to pay off other credit cards, lower your utilization, help your credit score. Do that and then put 5 to 10K into the account that's pulling the automatic payment. That way you have 12 months of those payments paid for. So you don't have to worry about that. I recommend that because you're pretty much utilizing the loan to pay the loan. And then you don't have to worry about, extra expenses. It's already paying itself. And then it gives you time to make the money in your investment or your business or your lifestyle to then pay the loan off much faster. So that is kind of my opinion there. Of course, like I said, this is the personal loan, but if you're on the business side, they will literally send you pre-approvals to your email as well for a business line of credit. Business lines of credit, I can do another video on this. Just comment down below if you want me to, but they're good to have just as possible capital to dispose if you need it, depending on the style of business that you're in. it's really awesome to have a business line of credit, and you can literally get pre-approved, no hard inquiry as well, and have that available if you are a business owner. So when it comes down to some of the experiences from clients and some of the research I did outside of those experiences, this is pretty much what it's looked like over the last year. If you have a good relationship with them, pre-approval from a client for $25,000 loan at the lowest rate, no hard credit pull. Now, this is something that I didn't have a personal client, but I noticed someone else who was pre-approved and accepted it. Someone accepted a 30% loan at 10%, which is still really good compared to other comparable loans. And they already had a maxed out Amex card. So they had pretty much over 50, 60% utilization on that card. So this is super good to know, because if you are holding balances on American Express and you don't want to burn that relationship or pay the interest fees on those credit cards, they're still willing to lend you a personal loan within that same ecosystem, which is not normal. Most people, if you're holding balances, they're not going to approve you on another credit card or approve you with another loan to be able to hold off those balances. So this is really interesting. So you could end up paying off your cards, paying less interest if you're holding balances on an Amex card, and they're still willing to give you a 10% loan to do that, which is really awesome, right? So that's something as well. Now, in terms of higher than a $40,000 pre-approval, I saw that a 7-year Amex customer got a pre-approval for $50K at 8.48%. So it looks like a little bit interest rate is going to be a little bit higher in terms of the higher loan that you get, but you can get a pre-approval up to $40K with a relationship, less than 5-6 years, even as low as 1 to 2 years. So that is the breakdown of the Amex personal loan. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. This is a really good option if you have a relationship with them. Highly recommend you start building a relationship with them. I utilize Amex points a lot for travel. I've saved tens of thousands of dollars for travel, and this is a relationship you definitely want to take very seriously. So if you need help with getting access to capital like Amex personal loans, LifeStream loans, other personal loans to help pay off, debt consolidation, or you're a business owner who's looking for capital or funding, reach out to me down in the links down below. We can see if it is a good fit and have a conversation about what works best for you and guiding you in the right direction. And as always, hit like, hit subscribe. If you haven't, drop a comment down below. We'll keep making videos on certain pieces of loans, business credit cards, travel that you guys are interested in. So let me know down below. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.